How do I move forward today, knowing that something inside me has been broken forever? Suddenly, there is an empty chair at the table and a future that will no longer happen the way you had planned. When death enters a home, it doesn't just take away one person, it destroys an entire ecosystem. Jesus wept. The same Christ who wept at a tomb is the one who entered the clutches of death and defeated it from within. Your story doesn't end at the cemetery, even if it feels exactly like that today, because we have a God who is the ultimate master and expert at picking up the shattered pieces of death's Friday afternoons to restore the triumphant victory of life's glorious Sunday mornings. There are pains that defy any attempt at explanation. When someone experiences a tragic loss, the death of a child, a partner, a friend, or a beloved family member, the most harmful thing we can do is try to numb their pain with quick answers. Phrases like, "Don't worry, God is with you, everything happens for a reason," or "God knows why He allowed it." They may be theologically true, but when said at the wrong moment, they become deeply cruel, because a truth without empathy doesn't comfort, it hurts. People often throw out those cliches because someone else's pain makes them extremely uncomfortable. They don't know how to hold space for another's suffering and need to fix it quickly to calm their own anxiety. But grief isn't a problem to be solved, it's a process to be lived through. When death enters a home, it doesn't just take away a person, it destroys an entire ecosystem. Routines disappear, everyday sounds fade, long-term plans vanish, future birthdays are lost, and conversations are left unfinished. Suddenly, there is an empty chair at the table, and a future that will no longer happen the way you had planned. At that point, the usual question is, how do I get over this? And that question is just too big, almost harsh. Maybe the most honest and human question is, how do I keep going today, knowing that something inside me is broken forever? There's a phenomenon I see happen over and over again in therapy, the brutal clash between chronological time and emotional time. The outside calendar keeps moving forward. Weeks go by, stores open, people laugh, and the world demands that you go back to normal, to smile and function like you did before. But inside, your emotional clock is completely stuck at the exact second you got the news. This disconnect creates enormous guilt and a deep sense of isolation. You feel like you're failing because you're not moving forward at the same pace as everyone else, or because you're still tired of pretending you're already okay. The truth is, our mind and our soul don't understand calendars. Pain has its own time zone and its own pace for healing. Forcing your emotional timeline to meet the expectations of those around you only makes the wound linger. That's why respecting your own internal timing, acknowledging that today you're in a different place than the rest of the world, isn't weakness. It's the first step to protecting your mental health. The specific manner in which God deals with the concept of pain in the scriptures does not ever treat grief lightly. God doesn't ask someone who's broken to put on a fake show of strength, nor does He label tears as a lack of faith. On the contrary, Psalm 34:18 gives us a perfect x-ray of God's character and tells us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Notice that the promise isn't that the absence of that person will stop hurting tomorrow, nor that you'll get a detailed explanation next Monday. The promise is closeness. God doesn't require you to find a purpose in your tragedy in order to have the right to be held by Him. You don't have to defend God's name with phrases you can't even process yourself, nor do you have to put on a fake sense of peace just to make those around you feel comfortable. God does not despise the setting of real pain. He dwells in the silence of the room that's hard to open, at the table where someone is missing, in that exact minute when you feel like the whole world is moving on, but your biological and emotional clock got stuck at the moment you received the news. The most perfect meeting point between our emotional health and our faith is found in the New Testament. When Lazarus died, Jesus didn't show up at his friend's house, given a lecture on divine sovereignty or eternal life. He didn't start by correcting Martha and Mary's heartbreaking cries. The biblical text records a brief but revolutionary detail: Jesus wept. From the way our nervous and emotional systems are designed, that act reminds us that our emotions and our bodies were also created to let things out. Tears aren't a mistake. They're the biological mechanism for releasing tension and processing the impact of trauma. If the creator of the universe was moved and wept at the tomb of a friend, it means your pain is not a spiritual weakness. Your grief isn't ingratitude, and your sadness doesn't mean you stop believing. Sometimes crying is the only prayer that your body and nervous system can express, and God understands it perfectly. There's a detail here that we often overlook. Jesus knew perfectly well that he was going to raise Lazarus from the dead just a few minutes later. He had absolute power to fix the situation immediately. However, before ordering them to remove the stone, he stopped to weep. Why? Because the pain of the people he loved mattered more to him than showing his power right away. Jesus believed that Mary and Martha's pain deserved to be experienced, respected, and mourned before being resolved. He didn't rush their process. This teaches us an invaluable life lesson. On the path to restoration, emotional release isn't an obstacle to faith, nor is it a waste of time. It's an essential part of healing. God doesn't ask us to jump from pain to victory without going through brokenness. He stops with you at this station of tears. While that day comes, moving forward doesn't mean feeling good. Today, moving forward simply means surviving the next 24 hours. It means getting out of bed even when your body feels twice as heavy. It means drinking a glass of water. It means accepting when someone cooks for you or sits with you in silence without demanding answers. It means not making any permanent decisions in the middle of a night that seems endless. If today you don't have the strength to walk through the whole year, don't try to. Just focus on this day, on the now, on this breath. God isn't asking you to turn your tragedy into an inspiring lesson for others. He invites you to stay, to hold yourself up when your own foundations have collapsed. The same Christ who wept at a tomb is the one who entered the jaws of death and defeated it from within. Your story doesn't end in the cemetery, even if today it feels exactly like that. Loss wrote a terrible page in your story, but the love, the author of life, has reserved the right to write the final chapter. If today your faith is trembling and you can't find the words, stay still in the hands of the only one who knows what it's like to be broken. Please allow your tears to be your own sacred language, because we have a God who is an absolute master and expert at gathering the broken pieces from Friday afternoon's death to bring back and fully restore the victory of Sunday morning's life.